All right. Welcome to the That's It Fantasy Football Podcast. Week number 4 has commenced. We are now at week number 5.
Ayo.
How are we looking out there, fellas?
You know,
Tony, I'll answer
good.
at once.
I'm looking good.
Yeah,
I don't know if anybody else wanted to chime in first.
That's fine. Listen, we're a little late this week. Rather than filming Thursday night during the game, it is about 14 minutes left in the second quarter at time of recording.
Yeah.
Just so put that on the record.
about the time where Hines got out with the concussion for the game. So I don't know who's running the ball over there in the Colts. Back to you.
I think it's somebody named Deion Jackson, I believe. And they also called up Philip Lindsay from the practice squad this afternoon. And the Philip Lindsay now would be a revenge game because I believe he spent 3 or 4 years there in Denver. And he had his best years in Denver.
It's true.
All right, Joey Schefter. Nicely done.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
So let's I don't want to take up all night because I know we want to watch some of this game. But I do want everyone to have a great Friday morning commute. So for those listening now, it's Friday morning. Good morning. And let's start with our, what do we do, pick'ems from last week? Or
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's jump into this week's pick'ems.
All right, here we go. Coming in hot with our results from last week. Joey Bone, not so hot. 2-4. 2-4. That's all right.
I'm changing it this week.
Yeah, all right. I was very excited for myself because I came in at 4-2 until I looked at Jake. He got 5 correct.
Oh,
Nicely done. Picked every game correctly except his own.
So humble.
That brings our total season standings to Jose 9 for 15, 375 percentage. I'm at an even 500, 12-12. Jake is well at the top, 16-8, 667. Nicely done, sir. You're the
Not bad. Not bad.
All right. I plan on going 5-1 as well this week. So
you can pick your matchup wrong.
So let's
on that bold prediction, let's get into the matchups. Jose, I'm going to ask you to call this one first because the first matchup is Jake against me.
Yeah. That was listen, I wrote these down ahead of time so I don't have to think about them, but it's going to be loud. So you can put that one down in the books. Jake, who do you have for this matchup?
I'm also taking a similar approach, as in I have nothing open in front of me. Thursday really threw me off. So I have an idea of who's on whose team. I certainly know my team.
I already wrote down my picks, I'm saying. I already wrote
No. I went with nothing. I'm recording with the phone, and my tablet just has highs and lows to remember. I'm not looking at matchups. 5-1, you can start taking, I got some wiggle room. So
this guy.
I will get this out the way. I know my team. I know Loud's team. I went 5-1 because I bet against myself. In order to go 6-0, you got to vote for yourself. Me.
Oh, brother.
Alrighty. Well, I hope you lose by 1,000. I picked myself. Next matchup. Brian's taking on Adam. Jake, I'm going to kick it to you first.
Like I said, I'm familiar with everyone's teams, having just played Adam. He plays his roster right. He could put 1,000 more on me. I don't think he'll make that mistake 2 weeks in a row. He's going to pile on the points again. Adam.
All right. Jose?
I also went with Adam. I think he's going to you're going to start seeing some separation in the standings here this week. And it starts with Place Kickers last ride.
There you go. I'm gonna round it out. We're going with a three-fer here. I'm picking Adam as well. His projections look very strong, and his team's been doing pretty well as far as scoring points. There.
Agreed.
Next matchup is Tom versus Mike. Start this off myself. I'm picking Mike because for some reason our league decided to give him both Christian McCaffrey and Alvin Kamara, and they're both going to start, and that's going to do very well for him, I'm pretty sure. So I'm picking Mike.
Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Yeah, that's a good selling point. That did happen. He did let me know that all the trades he received were not on his end. He didn't ask for any trades. These were all trades that came his way. So I guess luck just finds you. Well, it's been a lot of trade gate. So he's spilling some tea. His team got better because of it. I think you're having those two running backs. They can't, Kamara can't stink forever. Everyone's banged up over there in New Orleans. I'll give it to Mike as well. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Jose.
I chose Mike. And
Oh.
for the record, the thing with Alvin Kamara is I still believe in Alvin Kamara. I think Alvin Kamara is going to be good this season, rest of the season. But I just can't wait. I can't afford to wait any longer for him to get better. I wasn't afforded that luxury this season, so that caused a major shift and pivot on my side. So that's kind of why the breakaway from Kamara at that point.
I understand that. Trust me, I gave away Nick Chubb and Jonathan Taylor last year.
Yeah, right.
I get it, and Aaron Rodgers.
All right, that's everybody for Mike. Moving on to the next matchup. One Joey Bone is hosting his younger of his two younger brothers. The youngest Serrano. Jose versus Jeff. Jake, who you got?
Well, he trades Russell Wilson. He gets 31 on the bench. It's crazy. Lawrence has been traded more times than anyone. Good matchup. Not really, Jeffrey. I just thought about it for a second. Yeah, I don't. You got to show me more. You want to get picked for these pick'ems, Jeffrey? Yeah.
Alrighty.
Stronger team.
On a similar vein, last week I didn't pick Jose because I had a similar attitude of you have to show me more. But he has made significant number of moves since then, and I think that's going to be enough to get him his first W. So I'm going with Jose.
I am picking Jeff for the simple fact that if I lose my matchup, at least I'm winning my pick'ems. So
you said that 4 weeks in a row, I swear.
Yeah, but then you guys always fucking bait me into picking myself. So fuck off.
Yeah, listen. I think I was trying to go 5-1.
He hasn't won yet. So.
Also, that's why I said I'm going 5-1, not 6-0.
There you go. Oh, this guy, nicely done. Oh man. All right. Next matchup, I'll start myself. We're going with Ronnie and Charles. I'm picking Charles just because I think he's going to kind of have a bounce back. And again, I'm going to need Ronnie to lose a game.
It's coming. Ronnie's losing the game because I picked Charles as well.
All right.
But I will say this, and again, I don't have the matchup in front of me, but at the end of the day, you're talking about a matchup where one team's built on running backs and one team's built on wide receivers. So on one side of the coin, you have Stephon Diggs and Jamar Chase versus Joe Mixon and Austin Eckler. So it's going to be really interesting. So, but I am picking Charles.
Right.
I'm going to split the difference. This is what separates the pick'ems. I'm gonna go Ronnie. I like this team from week one. I still like it now. There's no reason to. It's still working. We thought it was he has Stephon Diggs, right?
He does.
I mean, that's what we thought maybe could have been carrying him for the first few weeks, but he has a good team all around. So I give it to Ronnie.
Yeah, I mean you can't knock his results so far,
Yeah, it's just if it ain't broke, don't fix it. No trades.
Exactly.
No, nothing. Just hugging, chugging football.
Listen, I'm not putting up a lot of points, but I'm getting scored on a ton. Ronnie still has the lowest points scored on him all season. He's 4-0. He's starting Cooper Rush right now. Dak Prescott's coming back after week 6. He's going to have to go back to starting Derek Carr. The separation's coming.
Wow.
Alrighty, look at that. What a pro this guy is. Nicely done. Nicely done. All right.
Well, I mean, he's focusing on a lot of other teams besides his own. You know what I'm saying?
That's not true.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's analytics. You're an analytics guy. I got you, bro.
I got stats for my squads too. I got stats on everybody.
You should. That's what's playing the game.
There you go.
You're not gonna not hear. You're 0-4. You're not gonna not hear from me. Okay. Next, pick him.
All right, we're gonna go with the Statmaster Jose first for the last matchup. AJ against Papo. Who you got, bud?
I have my father. Period.
Oh, astute analysis there.
Well, listen, here's the thing. At the end of the day, DeAndre Swift isn't playing and is looking like he's not playing. He sat out another practice. They don't have they have a bye during week 6 rather. So the fact that they're going to sit out DeAndre Swift most likely makes sense, and they keep him out for the bye week. Same thing's going to happen with Amon-Ra St. Brown, I believe. So if that's the case, he's going to have to roll out Tony Pollard again, and I just don't see that being well for his team. So, especially because I think they're playing the Rams. So, I got Papo on that. And Papo made a huge upgrade at quarterback finally. He got rid of fucking Marcus Mariota. He's starting Ryan Tannehill.
There you go. All right. I'm picking Papo as well. AJ's team hasn't been so hot so far. I think that's going to keep going. I think he's got the issues that you mentioned. And I don't think he's going to get the 40-40 club again. But if Papo plays both Miami receivers, they are playing the Jets.
Teddy Bridgewater, though. You think Teddy Bridgewater could do it?
Not a ton, but Duke can throw.
He can do it now.
You know?
Yeah. Tua couldn't throw a football. Like, that was like his knock, right? He couldn't. He didn't have a good arm strength. Like
he's one of 2 quarterbacks in the league now that can't grip one.
Damn.
Wow. All right.
Andy Dalton looked okay in New Orleans that past week. So there's Bridgewater's better than Andy Dalton in a lot of different.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What makes the Dolphins interesting this weekend or this weekend? It's not that. Whether you believe in Teddy Bridgewater or not, you still believe in Tyreek Hill at this point. He's proved that this year. So, all Teddy Bridgewater do is throw a check down to Tyreek Hill. They get direct snap to Tyreek Hill. It doesn't matter. I still think the Dolphins
have a lot of yardage after catch anyway. So
ton.
Exactly.
Really. They're both kind of the same player in that sense.
It's true. What do we got? Ronnie and who? I mean, AJ and who?
Close this out. It's AJ and Papo. Good job.
All right, AJ and Papo. Perfect. So I saw this graph and this meme on Twitter lately. So this chart represents fucking around, and this is finding out. And these are increments of 10. So it's 1, 2, 3, all the way to 10. So these are out of 10s. So basically, AJ talks a lot of shit and thinks I sucked for so long. So that means this graph, he's actually the higher he fucks around, right? The higher he finds out. So he's now here at the pinnacle of fucking around and finding out.
Oh, if you listen to that on audio, guys, you got to go watch that on video.
All of his chatter and talk is I was going to finish in last place. It's statistically not going to happen, buddy. Why? Because you fucked around and you found out to the highest level. Papo.
Wow.
I think that was great. That was great analysis. I mean, listen, I might know this stats in my head, but my God, I don't come with graphs and charts and
I'll say, do I need algebra. A PowerPoint presentation behind me next week? Jeez.
That was good.
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. All right, fellas, that's all our matchups. I got the results tallied in here, and as we do, we'll go over them next week.
Sure. There was a ton of eligibles for the next segment. A vast majority of highs, a vast majority of lows, some newcomers into the group, some that either can remain or could have remained. So let's jump right into our highs and lows.
Highs and lows. Quarterbacks. Quarterback high. Jared Goff. 40 points on the bench. My bench, so it's okay.
I'm sorry.
41.
I'm sorry. I didn't understand that name. I believe you said it incorrectly.
I believe he actually is a default character. It's quarterback number 16.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, 41 on the points. It's like he was playing for the Rams his rookie year out there. He was amazing.
You gotta have the stones to throw him in that starting spot. I mean, honorable mention, but Geno Smith 35, and you gotta have the fucking stones to toss him up there. So
it's true.
He was
Big
not
stones.
on my bench, and I bet you if you look up the stats, he's probably on like 80% of benches last weekend. So
Easily.
Oh yeah.
my high for the week quarterback was none other than Patrick Mahomes, 29.2 points, 249 yards, 3 touchdowns. What's crazy about it is the fucking touchdowns were wild.
That scramble.
one.
That
The
spin move.
scramble, the underhand, all of them, like they were vintage. I mean, I don't know if you could say vintage, but like classic Mahomes. They were great. It was
Playground
cool.
games.
Woo,
Yeah.
it was good to see. So
He was in a dirt lot behind his high school. Like that's what he was doing.
it was wild. So
Oh man! All right. To round out quarterbacks, someone who was actually on the same team as the guy that got to play Mahomes, someone that we routinely have been stomping on so far, Russell Wilson put up 31.4.
yeah, another bench
All
warmer.
that praise of Mahomes, and Wilson actually outscored him. Jeff clearly didn't need him because he securely won this match, but still crazy.
Yeah.
I think it wasn't so much of like the 29 points Mahomes had. It was like what he
was
did,
how he did it.
how he
Yeah,
got him. It was
exactly.
just crazy to see.
Yeah.
Oh, what about like even like the play they had where like that direct snap where Mahomes like looked like he was telling Kelsey to like motion over, and then he just like direct snapped and they fell into the end zone. Like it was nuts.
Yeah. it's
By a
wild.
guy who's like owned in like 0.2% of fantasy. That's the guy who scores the touchdowns. Like, what is going
Yep.
on? Yeah.
Who's Jake? Who's your high receiver for the week?
My high receiver was T. Higgins for the sole fact that it was a receiver on the Bengals not named Jamar Chase. Higgins is pretty good. He did well.
Yeah.
I think it's like 20-some points, almost 30. So, yeah, that's a good spot to have for just like it's just a random like Higgins to me is just a guy, you know. Like I don't know if he would ball out on another team, but he certainly has a spot there, and it's a welcome surprise. T. Higgins, welcome to the list.
Listen, T. Higgins. What's great about T. Higgins is like I bet you if you look it up right now, he's probably out targeting and out catching Jamar Chase right now.
Oh, I mean, like I remember the hoopla. Of
I wouldn't be
Chase is
surprised.
gone. The hoopla is gone with Chase.
I wouldn't be
this year. Like,
surprised.
I'm not saying he fell off or anything. It's just like
No.
he's so overshadowed by the Jefferson numbers and the Stephon Diggs numbers, Waddle, Hill, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. It's like Jamar Chase isn't even standing next to those guys. It seems like. I could be wrong. But you don't hear his name as much. That's all I'm saying.
No, I agree. It's almost like the poor man's Jamar Chase, but he's like really good.
Yeah, so that's the high.
Go ahead.
He's always giving you a
I'll-
stat number.
Yeah, sorry. Since you mentioned him, I'm going with Justin Jefferson as my high, just because he's been a little low lately, and we've kind of been shouting him out the opposite way. I like to give people credit when they come back up. You know, I was also checking, just trying to check points here for those
T.
two
Higgins
players we
and
were
Jamar
talking
Chase.
about.
Yeah, all right,
yeah.
check that out. I will tell you about my high. My high was somebody that had to make somebody turn the air conditioner on because they probably were sweating a little too much. But Mike Evans, 30.3 points, 8 catches
Crazy.
for 103 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Crazy.
Got right up on your neck there, and they backed it off. But crazy performance. It was good to see Mike Evans does what Mike Evans does, where he does 30 for 1 week and then 10 the next.
Yeah, and it also scared the hell out of me.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure it did.
Just to let you guys know, back to our stat check here. Jamar Chase has 65.5 on the season. T. Higgins has 63.5. 2-point difference.
I'm not surprised. I'm telling
Crazy.
you, they are like everybody talks about like Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I'm telling you, T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are super close.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Crazy.
Who's your
All
high?
right.
Was it
Believe that.
high receiver?
We're up,
Covered the
we're,
receivers,
up,
right?
we're done for receivers.
Oh, my apologies. I'm watching this stupid football game.
Good job. I'll start off with running backs.
Go for it, so I can watch the game.
Just to kind of change the order around and stuff. Major flex play for this one. I'm sure the team was very happy. Josh Jacobs, 34.5 points out of the flex spot.
Wild.
Crazy.
Did Charles win last
this
week?
year, I feel like.
Did Charles win last week?
Yeah, hang on. I have that somewhere. I'm official.
That was Charles flex.
Well, yeah, he had Eckler, right? Starting running back. Yeah.
Eckler, Joe Mixon, and then he started him in the flex.
60 points for those two running backs without
Which is crazy that he didn't start Nyheim Hines tonight. Because he had him in his bench, and I was like, oh, he's not going to put him in, but I guess he didn't need to.
Philip Lindsay already has like 20 rushing yards.
Yeah. Charles did play Jacobs in the flex, and Charles did lose. Very close game.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yikes.
But still a good performance
definitely.
from Josh Jacobs. Pretty underrated this year.
Yeah, definitely. One of you guys?
My high running back was Dameon Pierce, the rookie out of Houston, out of the backfield, 25.9 points, had himself a career day, 131 rushing yards and a touchdown. So that's encouraging considering he was stuck in molasses for the first 2 weeks and like they wouldn't even let him move. And they're letting him run the ball out of the backfield now efficiently, which is nice.
Absolutely.
Running back, again, this is my opinion. I never played football before, but running back is a young man's game. So I think to have him out there was nice to see.
Yes, sir. All right, Jake, round us out for highs.
I had Miles Sanders on the bench of a certain team. Rainy game. He ran crazy. 29 points.
Did you just mention another league in this fucking podcast?
No, I said he was on the bench of a certain team.
Oh, I thought you said on another team. I said,
no.
Yeah, I was ready to...
No. 29 points.
Shut the show down.
29.2 points. Rainy day. He deserves to be benched. You don't know what they're going to do over there in Philly, but I'd be surprised if he's benched again after that. He just ran good. Career high in rushing yards. Fantastic. Love to see it. Go Birds. Miles Sanders. Oh.
Go Birds is a little too much. I don't know that happened.
Oh, boy.
Too much. All right, bone the brakes.
Mm-hmm.
All
right.
So my quarterback low was Marcus Mariota. Started 2.7 points, 139 yards, and an interception.
It's
pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
Not good.
Anybody could beat that for a quarterback, please. I'd like to hear. What do you got?
Certainly not.
No, sir. I went with Cooper Rush. I think he had about 13 or 14 or something. I think that calling all of Cooper's dream is kind of hitting the sunset there. So
very true.
Yeah.
Which is ironic because he's like doing well.
He's super serviceable though.
Like, do you think there's a chance he remains the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys?
No, I think there's a 0% chance. He has a better chance of starting for the Falcons next year.
I don't know.
A better chance of starting for the Falcons this year.
It's possible. No, it's true though. Like he could start for the Falcons easily.
Yeah,
he's better than Marcus Mariota.
I don't know. I know obviously you can't bench Prescott. I get that, but like I don't know.
No, he's right back in.
Numbers don't lie. 4-0, 0-1 Dak Prescott this year.
When Dak Prescott took over for Tony Romo, he was much older.
Well, yeah, of course. But it's just he was drafted to take his seat. Cooper Rush wasn't even on the practice squad this year. Like Dak Prescott got hurt and Cooper Rush didn't come in because he wasn't even on the plane yet. Like he wasn't even like a thought.
Well, they cut him. He was in the practice squad last year. They cut him.
Yeah. So they thought, listen, stupid. My low is Lamar Jackson for the sake of it wasn't 40 points. You snooze, you lose. Yeah, be great.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, man. This whole couch vibe is giving me looks.
Alrighty. Where do you want to go next? Jose, receiver or running back?
You have a low quarterback, Lau?
I do. I say Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush. Cooper Rush.
Okay. Calling all Coopers.
Okay, so being that you're saying calling all Coopers, we called one up. He's in Cleveland. Amari Cooper. He's my low receiver this week. 2 weeks ago or whatever have you, Adam failed to put him in his starting lineup because he's like, I forgot about Thursday Night Football. Well, last week he put him in his lineup. And he put up 1.9 points.
And Amari Cooper forgot about Sunday football.
And he forgot about Sunday football.
That's Tony Pollard numbers.
I'm almost positive he started him. So 1.9 points. That's what you get.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Jake, you want to go, bud?
I'm going for, I think this is week 4 in a row. It's low-hanging fruit. No, I lied. Sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
Receivers. Low receivers.
Oh, low receivers, Gabe Davis. 1 catch, 12 yards.
Wow.
Do better.
I got Jake's analysis is just yelling at the guys.
Jake is so inspiring.
Yeah, you just got to do better. How do you get 1 catch? It's just like Gabe Davis is worthy. Like depending on your roster, he's a worthy flex, right?
He's coming off an injury though. I do think he was still hurt.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about injuries, but he's worthy of a flex. So like he's like he's a good number 2 on a team. So just do better. Next.
Okay.
For my receiver low, I picked a guy that had been putting up numbers in the teens every week, but down this week to a 3.5, Terry McLaurin. Yeah.
Stinker.
I mean, you don't expect him to get 40 every week, but after he's having such consistent weeks, a 3.5 hurts as it is. Yeah,
it's true.
So
it's only going to get worse. That quarterback stinks over there. Yeah, we got
Pennsylvania, baby.
Oof, he's gonna get benched.
Who's their backup?
I think that Heineke.
Okay. Does that wrap up wide receiver lows?
It does. Yeah. That brings us to running back.
Go ahead. Who wants to kick it off?
Go for it, Lau.
Somebody that Jose mentioned already. Someone had to rely on Tony Pollard this past week, and that person was rewarding with a whole 1.8 points.
Now, I'll tell you this. You say, and to the listeners on the show, and they go, oh, but that's really like a backup running back. And that's not, but at the end of the day, he's also scored 20 points this season. I think he scored 20 points like week 1 or week 2. So that's for you're eligible for, you put him in, you're expecting something. Trust me, I get it. 1.9 is not what you were expecting.
Yeah, exactly.
So 1.9.
Yeah. Love it.
Or 1.8. It was 1.8. But yeah, crazy. Jake, what do you got for your running back low?
I've been reluctant to put on, Cam Akers on this list for 4 weeks, so I'm definitely not going to start now. But I have put Javonte Williams in the low for 4 weeks now. Actually, he was my high week 1 and my low now week 2, 3s, and 4. Unfortunately, that trade ends today. I want to apologize to him and his family. I put him in my lows. I put him in my lows too long. It was a lot of weight on his back, fucking clearly. These guys, listen, we have 12 members in here. We get 13 views. I know one of them is his. He's clearly affected by the talk. So I do apologize. He's on my low again. He is now ruled out for the year, so he can no longer be on that list. So he can start rehabbing and get better for next year's highs. I know he got hurt, obviously early on, but he just, he stinks. Next.
Jake, I hate to disappoint you. Odds are the 13th viewer is my wife and not Javonte Williams.
So
well, he's killed that dream.
my low running back is a first entry, but James Robinson, 1.9 points. I know the day was rainy, but that's a little crazy. Sanders still put up 25 in the same game, so 1.9 wasn't going to cut it.
Yeah, good thing you traded for him.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to find RBs
there are
in this
other
league.
players involved in that. I got it.
It's hard to find RBs in this league. That's Jake.
Yeah, 100%.
So, still an RB1. I think he's ranked 13th on the year, and that was with a 1.9 performance.
My running backs stink.
So,
my running backs stink so bad.
I also have his handcuff, which is good too, just in case anything happens to his Achilles.
Smart.
Very so.
And all Travis Etienne right now is worth is the backup to James Robinson,
which is wild because he was getting hyped up a lot.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Yeah.
So that wraps up our highs and lows. Now for our quick last segment of the evening or last segment of the morning. Let us get into our bold predictions.
Let's hear it.
All right. Listen, my friends. Lau, who's your first?
Yes, sir.
What's your bold prediction this week?
I have two.
First off, nobody got the predictions right, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Two bold predictions. One, I'm going to throw my cat because he's chewing on my Ethernet cable. Two, I think someone's going to have a monster running performance, and a running back is going to have 40 points this week.
Pretty bold.
You won't. Do you know which one it's going to be though? Because I feel like that would help.
Of course not. I'm thinking it might be McCaffrey or Kamara, like pay off that big trade moves that Mike made. But
all right, see now we're getting into bolder predictions. Okay, Jake, who do you got?
I have quarterback number 16 throwing for a 40 spot in fantasy football again. Not so bold. He will be doing that on my bench.
Okay, here is the bold prediction. Two great quarterbacks are going to be on opposite teams this week. We have Jalen Hurts versus Josh Allen. My bold prediction is that Jalen Hurts is going to outscore Josh Allen this week. Josh Allen being the number 2 quarterback on the year. Jalen Hurts is the number 5 quarterback on the year. And I'm telling you, I don't know who's calling that. I haven't heard that being called at all this week, but Jalen Hurts is going to outscore Josh Allen. And if that happens, they're going to be in for a hurting over there, but could happen. All right. Well, listen, that concludes our week 4 show, right? I believe, or week 5 show. I don't know how you'd work it, but 5 maybe.
We shoot the pod before the week, so it's
Yeah, I'm a little confused on how that works. Am I coming or going? Listen.
Well, here, think of it this way: you have 4 losses, so that means we're on the 5th thing.
Gotcha. I understand. Hey, listen, it's one thing to lose 4 in a row and think your team is still great. I mean, there's a lot of 1 and 3s that ain't doing nothing. So, listen, everyone have a great night. Everyone have a great morning. I win, lose, or draw, I still love coming on the show and talking the shit with everybody. So,
exactly.
Everyone have a great weekend. Good luck to all, except Jeff. And let's get it moving. Let's see what happens. It's gonna be an interesting week. Looking forward to it.
Alrighty.
Oh my lord. So long.
See ya.